Yep. All right, guys. Well, it's Rich and Mike, and we are back here again for the market update for the month of June. And today, we're continuing our ale trail, beer treat. I don't know, whatever we want to call it. Like, we'll figure out something that we'll call it. But we're at Perry Street Brewery in the Perry District, and swear I'm not slurring my words. I've only had half of a beer,
With
and
some fruit in it for
yeah,
sure.
I had the Hoppy Fruity Clean IPA.
I had Dave's fave. I don't know who Dave is, but it's pretty good beer.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna do the Bon Jovi next,
Oh, that's
which
a
is like
great
a
idea.
hazy IPA. So yeah,
But
but
anyway, and also if you have an idea of a place we should go to try beer and talk about a market update in August, please
yeah,
reach out to us.
yeah. That's a really good point. If you guys have a brewery or a local spot that you'd like for us to visit, comment, give us some opportunity to go check out some places. But yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about real estate. So for the month of June, we actually saw some positive growth in real estate. Saw the median price, which is just right dead center of lowest to highest. That went up 2% to 443 basically, with average sale price sitting at $484,000, which was down just a little bit. But that's still, I mean, I think we've talked
We've
numerous
talked at
times.
length. I mean, real estate tends over the long haul to go up. And even though it could go down 1 month, it doesn't, that's not how it works.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, within the last 5 years, that same, $485,000 house was 240,
Correct.
which is crazy, crazy. So, the number of pending sales increased by 12%. We saw inventory decrease a little bit. Inventory was down about 12%. So, if you look at like the market fundamentals as a whole, we saw more people get into activity. We're seeing inventory went down just a little bit this month, which all of it leads to prices aren't going anywhere. There's still opportunity for appreciation. And, for the consumer and transitioning into rates, like those have stayed pretty
Yeah, they
stable, which is
stayed
kind of
pretty
cool.
stable. Better than they were at the beginning of the year, certainly better than they were in November. And at the end of the day, one of the statements we make is you want to marry the house and date the rate, right? I think most of us think long term. I don't know what long term might be, as rates will continue to stabilize and get better. Inflation's going to need to get better, but as Jerome Powell talked this morning, inflation is stabilizing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's not quite as
there's
good
end in
as,
sight.
yeah. 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 Not quite where they want it to be, but it's
Right.
getting better and trending in a good direction. And if you're dating a rate, I mean, it might be like marriage. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going on 21 years now. And so still dating, still looking for
Yeah,
change, I
totally.
think.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, but awesome. And so to kind of round out our newsletter for this month, we have a couple of mortgage topics that we're going to talk about. I'm pretty excited about, and I've been doing this for 14, 15 years now, and just learning about sweat equity
Yeah.
as a
So
down payment.
yeah, you can use sweat equity as a part of a down payment. You could consider it down payment assistance. So if you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to give it either one of us a call, and we talk about the parameters and what things you can do. But it can be anywhere from paint, flooring, roofing, whatever your skill set is.
Yeah, so you go into the house, fix it up, and you can use but I guess like
Whatever the value increase based upon what the appraiser said towards your down payment.
so if the house was listed at say 220, you go in, do some work, it adds $20,000 worth of value. That's used as your down
That
payment
could be
then.
used as your down payment. Correct.
So that's roughly a 10% down payment just for doing some
Yeah, and it could
work.
also be used with the Washington State Housing Finance Commission down payment assistance, which you could use towards your closing costs. So, I mean, there could be a way in which you can make fairly attractive offer to a seller who doesn't want to fix up the house. You want to fix up the house and probably move in with no money out of pocket.
Yeah. So if you as a buyer or borrower wanting to keep the money in your accounts, or perhaps you're looking to get to the 10 or 20% down and you're willing to work, then you could actually work your way into the down payment
Yeah,
on a property.
absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's an exciting program.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Yeah, if you're willing to work and put in
Yeah.
some effort, it's great. Yeah. The other thing I mean, I just learned about it today actually as we were getting ready for this, and that is um it's not out there yet. And a down payment assistance program is rolling out that could be pretty substantial
Yeah, so
for
the Washington State Housing Finance Commission has announced their covenant program. and there's a lot of details to it. But one of the exciting things about it is it could be up to a 20% down payment. So literally, you could borrow as a second, no interest, no payments, and you already have not need mortgage insurance right off the get go. So it's a really exciting program with there are details, and of course there's qualifications for it. But if you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to call.
Yeah. So we've talked about two programs now that potentially would allow you to, put a decent chunk of change down, but not put any money down.
Correct. I mean, and I think that's some of the most exciting about both of these programs is it can increase your down payment, and the direct effect of that is you're borrowing less money, so then your monthly payment is less. I mean, that's to me the most exciting thing about both those programs.
Yeah. And so, I mean, like what I hear is like, there's not really any reason that you should be sitting on the sidelines, working to save up money without at least exploring, can I create some equity, or is it possible that I could utilize this program that would put up to 20% down with no interest, no payments, and get me into a home?
Total. I mean, yeah. I mean, in real numbers, if it's the 20% number and you're buying a $400,000 house and you don't have money down, you're probably going to be stuck with a loan amount about in and around 380, 390. Now you'd be at $320,000. Your buying power would increase dramatically
With no private mortgage insurance.
with no private mortgage.
Yeah, yeah. I will definitely make sure they get your contact information at the end of the video. The last thing I wanted to talk about is something that, I mean, just before coming here, we went and visited one of our construction sites. And for those of you guys don't know, Pacific Northwest Homes, we actually build new construction, ground up, single families, multifamilies, and we build them for quite a few people that are owner occupied and investor alike. And we were talking, one of the questions was, is like, is there a program out there for the consumer to go buy a piece of dirt and then turn around and build something on it?
Yeah, absolutely there is. I mean, and I think that, there's a good chance, especially if you buy the dirt before you start the construction, that you'll have instant equity when you're done with the construction. Or you could also look at it if you were going to build a duplex, live in one half and rent out the other half, you'd have income right off the bat and you'd have equity. So I think there's some exciting things you could do if you're willing to look into, starting from scratch and building a house.
Yeah, and to put it in real numbers, right now, and we'll have a follow-up video for this. We're building two duplexes for a client that intends to rent them, and we're walking into $200,000 in net equity each duplex.
Yeah, so think about that. No money down, and you'll have $400,000 in instant wealth.
Yep. So if you're looking for opportunities to create your own equity, create net worth, have a property that has a higher potential of cash flow, and maybe even create, like with a duplex, you can get 5% down and live in one side. So there's affordability options of that too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So where can somebody reach out to you for either sweat equity, 20% down payment assistance, building wealth through real estate?
Can be reached on the phone, 509-747-1300. Also on the interweb and also on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Same, I am too on the interwebs and the Instagram and the Facebooks and all that stuff. But our office can be reached at 509-990-SOLD and Rich at SpokaneHomeGuy.com.
Or mhogan at chimneyrockmortgage.com.
Perfect.